I'm Danny.
And I'm Tiff.
And this is BosSIS, where ambition meets sisterhood.
And you hear real stories from boss women in leadership and business.
The highs, the lows, and everything in between.
Every boss has a story, so let's get into it.
Today, we brought back another guest that we love. Our friend, our mentor as well.
Yes.
And just all around an amazing person, Kristen Hart. Welcome.
Thank
We
you,
couldn't wait to
thank
have you back. We got
Yes.
I'm excited to be back here today.
you. Yes.
All right, let's get into it.
Girls. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that every boss has to eventually reflect upon. Okay? And it's the term friendship. And how loosely we do or do not use it. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's talk about it.
Listen, I can start.
Let's go.
I have friends who stopped being friends when I stopped prioritizing them and prioritizing myself.
Yikes. Yep.
And it didn't hit, like, were you ever really my friend?
Yep.
The reality of it all is we go through seasons, right?
Yeah.
And there are different seasons where you are showing up for other people, you're at everything.
Yep.
And the minute you can't make something, or the minute that you just like, you know, it's like you're feeling stretched.
Right.
You start to see a shift in those people that call themselves your friends.
Right.
Because they don't have the understanding, because it's all about them, right? It's all about them. And once you stop prioritizing them and prioritizing you, then they start to fall back.
You see who those people are? See your real people.
Yes. And another thing is when you're in a season of joy and happiness,
And they can't celebrate you.
and they can't celebrate
Yikes.
you. But I was there to celebrate you. But now that I'm in my season, you can't celebrate me.
Yikes.
Were you ever really my friend?
And you know what's the reason for that, right? People become accustomed to your hand and your heart and forget the reciprocation of something, right? And
on,
so
Hart.
a lot of times I used to have to always tell Danny, learn to say no.
Yep.
She was like Johnny on the spot,
Yep.
6 events in one day. And I'm like, you can't be everything to everybody,
Yep.
right? Like, you got to learn that boundary to be able to say no. And
Yep.
when she started to say no, that's when she realized.
People start falling off.
We know in our group, we love hard on each other,
Right.
right? Like, we always try to be there for each other. And so what happens is we get accustomed to that, but in our group, we reciprocate it,
Yeah, we do.
right?
We do.
And so outside of our group, when we love hard on somebody else and always being there for somebody else, they then want us for that and not truly who we are.
Yeah.
And because of that, you know, I think the older that we get, that's why your circle gets smaller.
Yes.
Right? When you're younger, it's like, I know this group, I'm cool with this person, I'm cool with that person. And then as the years go and those seasons come and you got to be more understanding,
Yep.
you're like, okay, I see that person for their true colors. They only wanted me because of this. That person only wanted to hang around me because of that.
Oh, yes.
And then you start realizing the genuine people, right?
Right.
The one thing that really bring out friendship, hard times.
Hard
For sure.
times.
Hard times. When you're going through something hard and you don't get that phone call, or people don't recognize when you're quiet, or know that your silence isn't personal, or just not flat out be there, right? You start learning like, oh, you can club with me, you can concert with me, you can do all these things. And then the hard times, now you're non-existent.
You disappeared.
Exactly.
Right? And so we do use the word friendship loosely, right? You see somebody, you be like, oh, that's my girlfriend, and we cool.
Yep.
And we got to learn that the older we get to put labels on who people are. That's my coworker.
Yes.
Right?
That's my associate.
Right. That's
Right.
my church member.
Right.
Right? No, seriously.
Right. It
We
is
say
true.
everybody are girlfriends, and we put that word friend in
Yep.
something that really isn't. And I think the older we get, we be like, nope. And then you emphasize it, because the older you get, you be like, no, for real, that's my friend. No, she's my close friend. Right? And
Right,
so,
right,
like,
right,
because
right.
we got groups of friends, no. somebody that's a friend is a friend, and we don't have to put that other
Right. We don't have to
emphasis on it.
emphasize.
Yeah.
Yes. Trying to convince ourselves. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yes,
Like,
yeah.
I'm trying to convince myself. No, this
So
really
she my close friend, but the other girl, she my friend, but she ain't really a friend, but
Right,
you know,
right,
so
right.
we're just gonna call it that.
So
type
what do
of
you
friend.
guys do when you have that person that you now have identified may not necessarily be the most genuine friend or the friend that you thought they were? How do you create that boundary now? You've already opened up to them, right? But now you see that now, okay, I gotta create a boundary. I gotta put some space between us because you don't respect my no. What do you do in that situation?
I'm gonna tell you my younger self to my more seasoned self now.
Okay.
Right? When that happened, I think we used to look at it like betrayal.
Right.
And so like I would stop talking to that person, or I was like solely fall back from that person, like screw that person. Right. The older I get, right, I always play the yin and the yang. Right. So sometimes I'll be like, I always say as adults, we live in our trauma. And I try to be more understanding of why people are and how they operate. And so the older self in me now is like, I just put that person, I know who they are, how they operate, and I just deal with them from that place.
Accordingly.
Right? So I don't be like, oh, screw that person. I just be like, we cordial, we cool, but I don't hold those conversations. I'm not hanging out with you, but you know, it still is what it is, you know? And so I think the older you get, you become more understanding of how people are and the reasons why they are, but also say to yourself, I don't have to accept that, right? Like, and so not accepting it and not liking the person is two different things.
Indeed.
Yep. And I think that when I look at my younger self, I wanted to save relationships. So it's like, I don't want to throw this relationship away because we got years in.
Right.
I don't want to throw this relationship away because then I'm not being a good friend. So you're trying to save.
Right.
At this big age, it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it's okay to outgrow each other. We can go in two different paths once we reach a certain age where we just don't have the same similarities or likes. And now I'm in a place where I'm realizing who's for me.
Right.
And if you are a real, genuine friend, do you add value?
Yep.
Because I can't keep holding on to friendships and holding on to people and trying to bring them along with me if they don't add value.
Yep.
You know, and that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes when you have to ask yourself that you're not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but you're also just looking at where you are in life. Some people bring baggage.
They do.
And as a friend, you're like, oh no, that's my friend. Like, I'm going to show up for my friend. I'm support my friend. Support goes a long way until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
No, you are. Yep.
But I'm not trying to leave you. But if every time we get together,
it's
everything
it's heaviness.
Every time
toxic,
negative.
Don't nobody got time for that.
Like at our age, when we get together, we want to talk about what's our next business move.
Yes.
How do we grow as women? How do we support each other?
For sure.
If the conversation and the time is not spent in a positive manner, then it becomes a liability.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You even have friends who want to bring you to where they are. And if, like, so say if they're in a season of gripe and anger and they want you to be in it with them, but you're trying to see the positive in things and you're like, oh, you know, well, how about look at it like it's a blessing that, you know, certain people were removed from your life, or, you know, it's a blessing that you're able to like do the things that you're able to do, and they looking like, no, because I need you to be in this with, like, they want to keep going back to it. And they want to be angry, and they want you to be angry at the people that they're angry at.
Yes.
Women do that.
They do.
If you my friend and I'm not fooling with this person and that person, and you shouldn't either. Why? What did they do to me?
Right.
You know, like, we are mature, we're grown, we're adults.
Yep.
I respect your boundaries and whatever you're going through, but don't bring me into your anger.
Your mess.
I think
your mess.
In my experience with friendship, I've experienced all of that, first of all of it. But I think the thing that we often don't talk about in friendships is the J word, and that's jealousy.
Because sometimes we don't want to see it.
We don't want to see it.
But it's there.
And we ignore the
But it's
red
there.
flags of
We
it.
do
We see the
ignore
red flags. We see those red flags.
It's
and we
there.
just ignore it because, like you said, you got
we want to
time
see the
with this
best
person.
in everybody. We want
Yeah.
to say, oh no, that person wouldn't be jealous of me. I'm with them every day. But it always rears its head in at the most opportune times you will see it. And it looks different for every person. And it's up to us to figure out what that looks like.
Yes.
So I think I've gotten to the point, first of all, I've always had the gift of discernment. That's just something that I have. But I've gotten to the point where I can spot it just like that. And immediately I'm creating this box, I'm creating this bubble. I'm gonna stay in my bubble and you're gonna stay on the outside of the bubble.
Right.
Because I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? And it's a thing. So
And jealousy hurts.
it does.
Because
It's
you're
like,
like,
I'm
oh
just
my-
like you.
Yeah.
Why are you treating me like that?
Right.
Or why are you doing that to me? Yeah, it does. It does.
When I'm supporting you, when I'm
Yeah.
sowing into you, when I'm speaking life into you,
Yeah.
and you waiting on my downfall.
yeah.
Yes.
You waiting on my downfall. You act like you for me, but you waiting on
You're
my
not for me.
downfall. And there are a lot of people like
Yeah.
that. And I think that's why in life, when we find genuine friends,
Yes.
why you just hold on to them.
Yeah.
Right? Like anybody that knows me knows that my closest friends I've known 20 plus years.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yep.
that doesn't come often.
Right. People
Right?
will
Because you
hop.
hold on to it because people, like I said, they fall in love with your hand and your heart,
Yep.
and not you.
Not you. What you can
Wow.
do for them, what
Yeah.
you can give them.
Yes.
How they can benefit
From you.
Yep.
Yes. Absolutely.
And they're not looking to build you up. They're not putting you in those rooms.
Not
they're
at
not
all.
talking about you in those conversations.
Not at all.
And I've even seen women who were once in a season of feeling low and trying to figure it out, right? And then they connect with other people, or they just find their lane, and they start to grow and they start to
Yes.
rise. And then they look at the people who are not who were with them at a point, but may not be where they are now.
Right.
And now they looking at them like, yeah, you're not on my level. Like, I don't like that.
Oh, no.
Because
That's the easiest way to humble yourself.
Yes.
To look down on somebody will be the easiest way to humble yourself because God going to show you, oh, you think that's funny?
right.
Then I'm going to take you a little lower than them, and now
Yes.
they're going to be above you.
Yep.
Real quick.
Or let that person start to rise, right? Because now they
Right.
look now when that person starts to rise, it becomes a threat.
A jealousy
It becomes
thing.
competition. And it's like, well, wait, you should want to see me do just as well as you. But now that I'm climbing the ladder and I'm feeling good about myself and
Right.
I'm starting to have my wins, now you mad?
Right.
You
right.
distancing yourself from me. I might ask you a question like, can you share your accountant?
Yeah.
Can you share your this? Can you share your that? And then they just stop responding, and
Yeah.
you're like, dang.
Dang,
It's
I
like
do.
that. Like, I'm not your competitor. I'm
Right.
supposed to be your friend.
Yeah.
I was sharing with somebody the other day, you should always surround yourself with people that have something a little more going on than you do.
That's
right.
Because in life, that makes you be like, that's what's up. If they can do it, they're going to motivate me to do it, right?
Right.
Yes.
So then you rise up, right? And then you look for somebody else that's a little higher than you, and then it pushes you to rise
A little
up.
higher,
If you
yeah.
are not around people that are elevating you and not receiving it to be like, cheering you on as you get higher because you know that you either going to pull them up or you
Right.
going to push them up with you, then you're around the wrong people.
You need to
For sure.
reevaluate your circle.
And,
For
and,
sure.
and I think we get caught up with knowing people for so long that we hold on to that instead of being like, what is the clearer picture right now and how's it
Absolutely.
beneficial?
I agree. What advice do you guys have for people? I meet a lot of women, and I've said this in an earlier episode, that always talk about they don't have friends, or I don't like women, or I don't.
They have
do
friends.
fri-
They just don't
what
do female friends.
Right. So, what is your advice to those people? Because I do believe that everybody needs a friend, right? So, what type of qualities are we looking for with our friends? What do you
Value.
value? Okay.
I think loyalty, I think honesty, I think value, I think people that have your back.
Right.
People, you got to have fun with them. You got to feel comfortable to be able to talk with them. And I think, I don't know. I just think, I think you know.
when
I
you
think, I
say-
think everybody's different, but I
Right.
think you know
Well,
what it is.
I actually think that the idea of friendship is different to everybody.
Right.
Like somebody might think that friendship means I got to be around you every 5 minutes,
Right.
while you may be like, I'm good, just being.
Right.
You calling me every
talk
month.
to you once,
yeah, like, you know.
And
so,
when we get together, it's like we ain't miss a beat.
Never that fall.
So I think it's important that you find friends that have the same definition of what friendship means.
Right.
So that's my thing.
And that's how I feel about loyalty.
Yeah.
Because one person's version of loyalty may not be your version of loyalty.
Yeah.
And then I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit of a manipulation where they
yeah.
may have you thinking like, you're not being loyal to me because, but it's
Right.
like,
You did
I've been
X,
loyal
Y,
to
Z.
you in so many
Yeah.
other ways. And you're focusing on this one
thing.
petty, messy,
Yes, child.
that doesn't have anything to do with me. And now I'm not loyal to you as a friend.
Yeah.
But-
Define loyalty.
But that's
Yep.
also true friendships. You should be able to have those tough conversations.
Those tough conversations.
And not assume or react
True.
on something simple, right? If something make you feel
Right.
some kind of way, a true friend you should be able to go to and say, you know what?
Yeah.
What that thing you did
Right.
made me feel this kind of way, right?
Right.
And be able to hear both sides
Yeah.
and
Both
accept it.
sides, yes.
And be able to say, you know, even if you don't agree, we're not going to always agree on everything, but you can be like, I hear what you're saying and I receive it.
Right.
And I know moving forward, this is how you receive it and this is how I respond, right? And
Absolutely.
so like communication is very big in friendship. And that also, when you hit those momentum points where friends are coming to you with nonsense, you're looking at them like, you couldn't talk to me about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Like this was your reaction,
Yes.
and to like block and do all this other crazy
And all the
stuff,
passive aggressive
and not-
behavior.
and not have
Can't
a
stand it.
conversation, and then it becomes like, all right, well, I see how you are now, and
Yes.
That's always the shocker for me.
Yes.
When a person just cuts you off
Yep.
without conversation.
Yep.
And I understand that everybody handles things differently, but sometimes I'm just like you said, where was our friendship if we are not in a place to have a conversation?
Yep.
If I'm that disposable to you, where you're just that quick
then
to
I
cut
ain't
me
mean-
off.
I didn't mean that.
I didn't mean
anything
nothing to
to
you.
you. There
Yep.
you go.
Listen, that's one
There
thing
you
in
go.
my 40s. I'm gonna say my 40s that I've learned. Like that to me, I call that passive aggressive energy. Like I just can't tolerate passive aggressiveness. It's one of my no's. It's an absolute no for me. And the second that I see it, I'm done with it.
Right.
Because if you don't think enough of me to have a conversation with me about what you did like or did not like,
Yes.
we were not meant to be friends. I don't have time for it.
And it's
So
okay.
That's my boundary.
It's
That's
okay.
it.
At
Yeah.
that point, it's okay.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't need an army of friends. I got
Yep.
God will bless you with your core group.
Always.
And he will show you and reveal who those people are.
Always. Yep.
So,
Yep.
And the older you get, you value those people.
that's right.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
right.
And you keep them close,
Yes.
and you protect them, and you don't let nobody F with them.
I know that's right. I
What
love
they say,
that.
clock
it.
clock it.
So listen, ladies, as you can see, the BosSIS, we have issues with friendship and relationships as well, but we're just figuring out how to navigate it by, number one, finding a group of women that are like-minded. Number two, talking to each other. And number three, defining what our barriers, what our boundaries are when it comes to friendship. So,
And I would add that make sure that you put people in the categories that they are. Stop calling
agree.
everybody a friend. Call your colleagues my colleagues. Call your neighbors your neighbors. Call
Hello.
your church members your church members.
That's right.
And remember, be very selective on who you call your
your
friend.
friend. Yes.
That's right.
T. I
Clock
agree.
it.
Clock it. And don't forget
To stay boss sis.